welcome back to another video. So today is a very exciting day because today I'm going to go ahead and tour your entries for my Sims 4 Shell build challenge. So I have had this running over the last couple of weeks, as you may have seen. I created a quick little video explaining the challenge, and today, the 10th of January, at least I hope this is going up on the 10th, is the end of the challenge. I've went through and chosen 5 ones to tour within this video, and the very last one at the end will be the winner of the challenge. And I just want to say a big thank you to everybody who has entered in this challenge. It's been amazing to see all of your entries. I've been kind of having a quick little look through the gallery every now and again over the last couple of weeks to see your entries, and it's been amazing to see how many there is, because this is my first build challenge that I've done, and I really thought there was only going to be maybe like 4 or 5 people that were going to enter, but I've just went through and counted, and there's about 50, which is crazy really, to think this is my first build challenge, because, you know, as a smaller channel, to do things like this where I need like people to do stuff, it can be a little bit risky, but to see this many people enter is amazing. I'm not going to ramble on for too much longer. We're going to head on to looking at the builds in just a second, but just 2 more things I need to mention. First of all, I know console players couldn't participate within this challenge. As you know, the online gallery is coming to the console soon. I did get a few people asking if I could extend the challenge to allow console players to enter, but we're still not really sure when this feature is actually going to be released, so I didn't want the challenge to be open for way too long. So when the gallery does come to console, I will do another build challenge so everybody, along with PC players and console players, can enter that. And the second thing I want to mention is big thank you to the EA Game Changer Network for providing the giveaway code for today's video. As you may have saw in the info video, I will be giving a code away to the winner of this challenge, and that can be an expansion, a game pack, a stuff pack, whatever they want. And yes, let's go ahead and look at the first build. The first house we're going to look at today is by JSims1983, and they went ahead and built this home in Oasis Springs. It is built on the same 30 by 20 lot which I built the shell on, and it has 4 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms and a range of different packs. I don't know if I mentioned this, but you could just use any packs, as I have all of them, so there's no pack restrictions on this challenge. And I just love how it looks, and it really fits well into Oasis Springs because it's got balconies on the outside, because, you know, it's going to be a hot climate, so it's nice to have that. And I really love the backyard area as well. There's a nice huge big pool, and let's go ahead and take a look on the inside. So walking up to the house, there's lots of nice landscaping. There is the mailbox in here, but that's fine, that happens all the time with builds. We'll just move that later. So I really love this house because it's very colourful, which is something I don't really do a lot of in my builds. I do incorporate colour in bedrooms here and there, but generally I go for very neutral colour schemes in my builds. And actually with all the builds, it's been really interesting to see how somebody would kind of finish off a build that I would do, because I think we all have ways of building, you know, very specific structure to the process of doing builds. And you know, I did the exterior of it, and I kind of had, as I was building it, kind of ways I think people might have done the interior, and then to see how people did that or did it differently was really interesting. So let's go to the left hand side of the house first. So we're kind of brought first into this really colourful playroom for kids. As you can see, lots going on in here, which is great. Lots of decoration and clutter, and then it goes through in here into a twin toddler room. And then if we go over again, we've got the staircase on this side. Very spacious living room area over here. And this home has lots of windows throughout it as well, so you can enjoy the view of the pool and the surrounding areas. And then we'll go through in here to the kitchen area. It's a kind of a small, cozy kitchen area. Still got enough space though to use. And then it has a nice dining table here. And I really love this wallpaper from base game as well, that we got an update a little while ago. Adds even more colour into this build. And then we've got this room over here, which is one of the bathrooms, and a toddler potty there. So this is a home for family. And then if we move our way upstairs and have a look what's up here. So we've got some movie posters and stuff, and also these wall length lights from City Living, which I actually really love. I don't use them too often in my builds actually. Anyway, so let's go ahead and have a look in these rooms. So we've got this one here, which is kind of looks maybe like for a teen girl or like a kid girl maybe, and they have a desk there to do their homework on, and they have their own balcony area, which is really, really nice, so they can enjoy that. We've got another bedroom over here, which has a really nice wallpaper here from Discovery University on the back, and again got a nice view out here of the back area of the build. Looks like they have an ensuite bathroom here too, which is really nice. The hallway area has been used nicely with a bookshelf and also an easel. And then we've also got more activities out here with a chess table on this balcony. So let's go ahead, and I think there's one more room around here. Yeah, there is, just here. This one is kind of like a teen boys room, I'd maybe say, or really for any type of sim, to be honest. And they have a nice desk area there too to use for the homework. And I really love all the clutter and decoration in this build, because as you know, I don't do that too often in my builds or go too crazy with clutter. So to see that within again, like I was saying before, how somebody would decorate one of my homes. It's really interesting to see. And yes, that's the first home, so thank you JSims1983 for that. I really love this home, and it fits really nicely into Oasis Springs. The next home today comes from a very talented builder here in the community, and that is SimAlien, and she went ahead and built this Madagascar beach house, and this was a really interesting take on the shell challenge. And if you don't know who SimAlien is, she does also have a YouTube channel, so you can go ahead and see a stop motion style speed build of this as well, so if you want to go ahead and check that out, you can. And she says that this is a Madagascar beach house with an African inspired interior. It comes with 2 bedrooms for 4 Sims and a nursery nook as well in the adult bedroom. And again, this is built on a 30 by 20 lot in Sony, so let's go ahead and take a look at this one. So this home looks really amazing from the exterior. There's like so much detail going on with this build, which I really love. And of course, it's on a water lot, so it has a nice backyard area to it as well. I really love this wall full of ivy as well from Get Together, and it's just overall a really interesting take on the shell challenge. Lots of nice things added onto it as well. So let's start going inside. So we're kind of brought first into this living room area here. Again, it's got loads of colour going on with it, really fits in well to Solani, and also a little TV area there too. And then over here we've kind of got some seating areas on this bar area, and also an actual bar too over here. So then we've got the kitchen area here, which is really nice and spacious, and some clutter on the top of the fridge here, which again, like I said, I don't do clutter too often in my build, so it's really interesting to see that. I really love how she's used the divider walls here from Dine Out, I think it is, to make like a beam here on the ceiling. And then we've got a dining area over here with a nice view out of the ocean, as you can see, which is really nice. And then if we move on to, I think this room here, we've got a bathroom. Really love all the decoration and clutter going on the counters here, as you can see, and a nice zebra there. So let's go ahead, and then we can make our way up to the bedrooms upstairs. So we've got the hallway area here, which is really nice, and we've got a nice balcony area over here, which is nice and open too. So a nice sitting area there. And then if we go ahead and take a look at this room first, which looks like a twin kids room, or just a room for 2 kids. So we've got a few toys going on here. Really nice and neutral room. It's got some clutter and also some toys around as well. And also I love these open windows for Jungle Adventure. It makes it fit really nicely into, and then he said Oasis Springs, no, just Solani. And then if we move on to this room here, which is another bathroom. So this looks like it could be for the kids. A nice colourful bath curtain there. And then in this room here, we've got the master room, which is really nice, very spacious. So they've got a little TV station over here. And then we've got a baby changing table, which is a really nice addition and well thought of. And then also a baby bassinet over here. And that is that for this room. So it's really nice and spacious. I love this room actually. And I think that is about it for this home. There's even an outdoor bathtub, which I didn't notice before, which is a nice addition. Fits really nicely into Solani again. And yeah, so thank you SimAlien for this home. It's a really, really nice one. Lots of detail and clutter and decoration added. So make sure you go ahead and check out the speed build of this as well on her channel if you're interested in seeing that. So the next entry today comes from, and I'm probably going to mispronounce this name, Show 45110 on the gallery, and this is a really amazing home. I was blown away when I saw this in the catalogue. They took like such a simple shell and transformed it into something really amazing, into this sort of modern villa style home. It's built on a 40 by 30 lot, and it has 3 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms. So let's go ahead and take a look at this one. So as you can see, there is just so much going on with this build, which it's just really lovely to look at actually. So if we have a look through the exterior first, so we can see there's lots of outdoor entertainment space. Sorry, my mouse is going weird here, it's keep jumping all over. So we've got a foosball table here, and like a nice little fire pit here, which would be great for the evenings. And then we've kind of got like a really interesting pool shape here, that kind of goes around, and it's even got like a fish tank thing in here, which I didn't even notice before. It's kind of hard to look at, but if I just go down a few floors, we might be able to see it better. Which is a really interesting thing to think of. And then again, we've got some lounges around here, and the pool kind of wraps around over into this area here, which is kind of like a secluded hot tub area. And then we've got like a gazebo over here with again another seating area, and that's got like a glass roof tiles to it from Island Living. An outdoor dining space over here, as well as a nice big barbecue / kitchen area and bar, and a fireplace too. And then it even goes on even more over here. There's a chess table, some stuff for kids to do like the swing, and even an easel over there. So lots of stuff to do in the exterior. And I don't think I mentioned, but this I think was originally built in Vinton Bay, but I actually placed it here in Windenburg to do the tour of, because I thought it was a really nice fitting world for this. So let's go inside and take a look, and again, it keeps getting better on the interior. So we've got a nice big hallway area here, Got a console table here with a few decorations on, and like a wardrobe and a kind of cloakroom sort of thing here. It's a nice open plan space. So over here on this side, we've got a little living room area here. Nice big windows from the Mosquito, I should say, stuff pack. And again, that's a nice little living room area here. They made a sectional sofa out of these 2 seats and a TV area here. Lots of decoration and clutter going on as well, which looks really nice. And then around this side here, we've got a fireplace area and a nice smaller sitting area here. And then over on the back, we've got a dining area with a bar. And then, which I really loved in this build, was the kitchen area, because they actually did a really interesting thing with the kind of high beam supports that we have in game, and made a really interesting pattern on the ceiling, which is nice to see because, you know, in game we just have these plain white ceilings. So to see something done a little bit differently with that, it was really interesting to see. So again, this kitchen area is really nice and big. Nice big island area with the stove on it and the range hood there. And again, these windows from the Mosquito stuff pack work really well with this build, keeps it really nice and open and bright. And there's actually a small little laundry room here too in this little cupboard. And then I think that is about it for the downstairs area. So we've got a wraparound sort of staircase here, which is really interesting. So if we go up into the hallway area, it has a little study area here, which is really interesting to see. Really, overall, just a really interesting thought of build. Again, like I was saying before, I wouldn't really think to do something like this with a 30 by 20 shell that I made originally, and then to come up with this is really interesting to see. So if we go in this room here first, let's see what this is. So this is a kid's room. It's very neutral, but it has a bit of colour into it as well. So that's got a desk area there for them to do homework on. So maybe this is for like a child age sim, not a teenager. And then if we go over onto the other side of the staircase, we've got this room here, which is kind of like maybe like a teen girls room, I'd maybe say. Again, it's got a neutral theme to it, which is nice, which I do a lot with my builds too. And then they even have this kind of bathroom area here, which kind of wraps around from the bedroom, and that has a nice wall shower here from Discovery University, and overall a nice spacious room. And to even add on to that, they do have their own balcony area, which is really nice here too, as you can see. So let's go ahead and take a look at the next room, which was this one. Have we looked at this? No, we haven't looked at this one yet. So this again, or maybe say is for a child, I would maybe say. Again, it's fairly neutral too, but it has some nice colour going on with it, and decoration. And then if we look at the next room here, we've got a bathroom. Again, it's kind of like a wet room style one with the shower on the wall here. And if I'm not mistaken, I think this wraps up this build. So this one is a really, really good entry. It's been so hard to go through these builds and pick one to win, but this one was a really good entry. It's just been thought of really nicely and has a really interesting take on the shell challenge. So thank you for your entry. This build was amazing to look at. The next home today comes from, and again, I might mispronounce this name, but I think it's Sir Y Sir, and they go ahead and submitted this cozy countryside cottage on a 20 by 20 lot where the Free Spirits household is in the countryside of Windenburg, and this has 2 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. And then the description of this build says how it's a fairy tale like countryside home that belongs to Claudia and Herbert, an elderly couple. Claudia is a retired veterinarian and Herbert writes detective stories from the comfort of his office. Their only daughter has long since moved out and is currently studying to become a vet like her mum did. Claudia and Herbert take good care of each other and the beautiful gardens surrounding the house, hoping to one day play with their grandchildren there. So it's a really interesting backstory as well for this home, and it kind of just fits really nicely with the overall feel of it. So this home is really, really well thought of. Lots of decoration, detail and clutter in it as well. So to begin with the exterior, it's just so well thought of. The exterior is really well detailed, it fits really nicely into this part of Windenburg. Nice little garden area here, lots of nice landscaping. It kind of goes around to the back here, and the back doesn't disappoint either. It's got a little seating area here, as well as more landscaping too. And then we'll come through the front door, and the interior of this build is really colourful, and from reading that backstory, it fits really well for the couple that lives here, I think. So we've kind of got like a little office area here, and sort of like a little split level room here, which kind of goes into this sort of like little greenhouse sort of room here, which is really nice. And then if we go through even more, kind of splits off into a kitchen area and a laundry room here. The laundry room is really nice. Again, it fits really well with it being in a cottage and has lots of nice decoration in it as well, and clutter. And then we'll move on here into the kitchen area, which is actually really spacious. Again, lots of decoration and has a dining room little area here attached to it. And then if we go through here, we do have the living room area. Again, it fits really fits well for like a retired couple. They don't have a TV, which is fine, but they do have a nice fireplace and sitting area, and they do have a radio over here though, and some bookshelves there. And then if we go through into this back room here, this is a bathroom. Again, really well decorated, very spacious in here too. So let's go back over to this area over here and go up the stairs and see what's up on this level. So even the hallway area up here is really nicely decorated too. So if we go to this room, we do have what could be the retired couple's bedroom here. So there's a dressing table, a nice little sitting area over there too. And then this room right here looks like a wardrobe, I think. Yeah, so some storage in here and also some decoration, which is really nice. And then if we go back into the hallway and go to the next room, which would be this one right here, we've got a smaller bathroom here. And then if we go over onto this side, we do have what looks like to be Herbert's office area. So it's an office, well, kind of like a small study area downstairs, and then like the main office here. So he just really nice and cozy in here as well. And then if we go on to this last room here, which is kind of like a spare room, which is where the grandchildren would come to stay. So lots of toys and decoration and personality in this room, which is really nice. And it seems to have a little balcony area here too. So that does have an easel area and also another seating area there too, and looks over the nice areas of Windenburg here, which is actually one of the nicest places to look at in game, I think, this area of Windenburg. And yes, I think that's pretty much it for this home. So thank you so much for this entry. This was a really nice home to look at. It's really well thought of. I love all the decoration and clutter within it, and the backstory that goes along with this home. The home really represents that as well. So thank you so much for this entry. And the last entry today, and the winner of the Shell Challenge, is by Kai Darkmoon, and they went ahead and submitted this lot called the Sims Onium Museum. When I first looked at this build, I just could not believe it because it was just so amazing, really. Speechless, to be honest. They did such a good job on this, and it was really interesting to see another type of lot as well, as that was something you could do for this challenge. It's built on a 50 by 40 lot in Newcrest, and let's go ahead and take a look at it. So here's the exterior, and as you can see, there is just so much to look at. There's so much going on, and it's just a really interesting build. So we've got a few kind of outdoor seating areas over here, as you can see. And then the whole museum kind of wraps around, but there is also some skylights as well, so you can see through. We've got kind of some garden areas over here, and some other activities for your Sims to do whilst they're here, like the paint area in the back, as you can see. So if I go inside and take a look, you first come into this area. There's a little seating area over here, and kind of like an archaeology station here, so like jungle adventure related things, so you can look at that. And then there's the Baby Yoda station here, which isn't so much of a baby there, and another different type of thing to look at over here. So lots of just different things for your Sims to enjoy. There is also an upstairs area, which let's have a look up here, then we'll go through the rest of the build on the bottom floor. So if we come up here, again, we've just got some more areas to look at. It's kind of like an artwork station over there, and from Sony it looks like. And there's lots of skylights in this build as well, and big windows, which really makes it light and bright in here. So let's go ahead and continue with the build down here. So I really love how it's just really well thought of. Your Sims can just walk through, and it reminds me of it's sort of like an IKEA in a way. You have different things to look at, and it kind of all flows through to the back. So if we go through even more, this area is really interesting. I really love this area in particular. It's kind of like a sort of like a model of a aircraft crash site. So I've got that there, and they've even put these little signposts here to make it look like information for each of the exhibits. Got even more different areas over here. And some things in the centre here to look at. And then we've got another type of exhibit here, which kind of camping slash something from Granite Falls, I would imagine, in here. We've got some seating areas here as you keep going through. And then if we come through to the back area here, kind of like an aquarium section, so you can see how they've used the windows and the aquariums from Dine Out, I think it is. And then we'll come through over here to the toilets, so just cubicles here from Discovery University, and also some sinks. And then if we come back out here to the back of the build, there is kind of like a restaurant, so like canteen, cafe area over here, which is nice. So we've got lots of seating areas here, and then it comes back to the outside where there's like a garden area, and then you can go back through to these outdoor areas that were seen at the start, and then back to the start of the build. So that is it for this build here. I've really loved this one, so thank you so much for your entry. And again, like I said, this is the winner of the challenge. So I will contact the winner and ask what game code they want, and then I will give them probably about 48 hours to reply. If not, then I'll choose another winner from the other 4 builds that we looked at today. And if I didn't tour your lots today, then don't worry, because there was so many amazing ones, it was just going to be impossible to tour them all in today's build. And I had so much fun just looking through them all to see what you all did with the shell. And every single one of you is really talented with building. Like I said, it won't be too long until you see another shell challenge, so console players can also get involved with that. Once again, thank you everybody who submitted builds for this challenge. Leave a like, share and subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!